What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another very exciting video. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at Alibaba, which happens to be one of my top holdings in my portfolio. So what we are going to do in this video is we are going to take a look at their upcoming earnings, what I personally am expecting from those earnings. Then we're going to go over EPS and how it has changed over the last couple years and what we need to see over the next fiscal year to really propel Alibaba's stock forward in terms of its stock price. And then we're going to leave off the video by going over some of the IPO news and valuations around Alibaba. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that sub button. Let's start off by taking a look at Alibaba's chart. We can see here today, the stock was up almost 1%. Over the last 5 days, down around 1%. And if we look at the last month, the stock has tanked almost 20%. Over the last 6 months, up around 20%. Over the last year, we can see that there's been a lot of volatility. Overall, the stock is trading only down 2% in the last year. But we can see from highs to lows that there's somewhere around a 50% move down in the stock and then around a 90% move up in the stock price. So a lot of volatility over the last year. When we zoom out to the last 5 years, we can see the all-time highs of around $310 and that the stock from there is trading down around 73%. This past Friday, Alibaba came out and announced that they were going to report their unaudited financial results for the quarter and the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2023 before the US market opens on Thursday, May 18th. And for this March quarter, we have 21 analysts covering the stock on Yahoo Finance. The average estimate is $1.36. We have a low estimate of 98 cents and a high estimate of $1.71. And for revenue, we have 26 analysts covering the stock and the average estimate is $30.45 billion. We have a low estimate of $29.66 billion and a high estimate of $31.53 billion. In my opinion, what's really going to drive the stock price up more and more is these EPS numbers and seeing them grow year over year. What we've seen from Alibaba over the last year or so is a real drop off in these EPS numbers. And what we have for next year are some very interesting projections. We have a low estimate of $6.68. We have an average estimate of $8.76 and a high estimate of $10.34. And in my opinion, even $8.76 is a little bit of a low estimate. I think they could easily come in somewhere around $9 and $9.50 for their earnings for 2024. We get a lot better idea of their EPS numbers when we look at them graphically. We could see here that in 2019, the EPS numbers peaked out around $9.37. From there, they basically went sideways until this last year, we saw a significant drop off in their EPS. And a lot of that comes with the housing crash that we've seen in China. Also, their lockdowns continuing, riots throughout China. A lot of things have really affected these numbers. However, we're starting to see that turn around. We see here that last quarter they announced $2.60 in earnings, and that really helped them turn around their trailing 12-month earnings to $2.34. And one very interesting thing that we've seen over the last year or so is a lot of negative quarters of EPS coming out of Alibaba. And that's something we haven't seen even over the last 10 years. Really, we've seen over the last year happen 3 times. And here's a quarter of negative 7 cents of earnings. We have again another quarter of negative 44 cents of earnings, and then a quarter of a negative $1.09 of earnings. So once we get past these kind of short-term issues, we could actually see these EPS numbers start spiking up in a very significant way over, let's say, the next year or so. One thing Alibaba has done over the last couple of months is they have started to split up their company into a number of different divisions. And one of those divisions they are looking at IPOing in the US already, and that is their international online shopping unit. And that unit is made up of Lazada as well as AliExpress. And we have a couple of different valuations that have already been put on this business unit. So Morgan Stanley is putting a $29 billion valuation on this unit, and CICC is putting around a $39 billion valuation on this unit. And valuation has been an issue for Alibaba over the last couple of years. We can see right now the stock is trading at a 9.04 forward PE ratio, and that is incredibly low. We have seen the stock in years past trade all the way up to like a 40 forward PE ratio, and right now they're trading below a 10, which is absolutely crazy. So this is something that Alibaba has had a huge focus on. They're trying to split up these businesses, offer IPOs on these different units, and really help investors see what the core business is about. We see that they have the potential to earn a significant amount of money. If they were to earn $10 of earnings here over the next year, we would see their PE ratio right now sitting at below an 8, which is absolutely insane for a company, in my opinion, like Alibaba, that should have a similar valuation to something like an Amazon. At the end of the day, the reason Alibaba Alibaba doesn't have a valuation like Amazon is because it is a Chinese company, and there's a lot of doubts around China and where they are headed in the future. In my opinion, stocks follow earnings, and I think once we start seeing Alibaba get back to EPS growth and seeing year-over-year numbers increase, I think we are going to see their stock price also increase. That is my opinion though. Always remember, do not buy a company just because some random guy on YouTube talked about it. Make sure you are doing your own research and looking into companies, making sure they meet your risk tolerance as well as your time horizon. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below. And if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day.